From South Division High School in Milwaukee, welcome to Prep Basketball on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. This afternoon, a boys Division I sectional final matchup featuring the Marquette Hilltoppers and the West Allis Central Bulldogs. Greetings everybody, Bob Braden along with my partner Shannon Smith. If you tuned in to see Rufus King face Racine Case in this sectional final, well, guess again. These two teams that are playing today threw a surprise party in the semifinals on Thursday. Marquette knocking off one of the best teams in the state, Rufus King, and West Allis Central continuing their hot playoff run, knocking off Racine Case. Shannon, Marquette, this is a good basketball team with a lot of good talent. They were winners of the Greater Metro Conference Championship, in fact. They have a good balanced team on the offensive and defensive end, and that goes for their leader, Ben Meinholz.
Yeah, he's a young man that can score on both ends of the floor because of his defense, also scores in transition. Doesn't get a lot of plays called for him, but he's able to have a knack for the basketball and make the plays that are necessary.
The Bulldogs, this may be one of the great Cinderella stories because, think about it, in the Greater Metro, they finished second to last. They had a losing record coming into the postseason, but they got hot when it mattered. Shannon, the question hasn't been the talent. The talent has always been there all season long. It was a matter of chemistry. They found the chemistry, and now they turn to the talent, and that begins and ends with their talented point guard, Brandon Key.
And your point guard is your leader on your basketball floor. When teams get hot, it's usually because of the play of the point guard. He's a guy that gets his team in his offensive sets, also is able to be a distributor on the floor, takes care of the basketball, doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
In the regular season, these two teams met twice, and Marquette won both of them. That one of the games went to overtime. So, what gives here with a trip to state on the line in Division I? It's the Bulldogs and Hilltoppers. Starting lineup. Opening tip is next. Welcome back to South Division High School in Milwaukee. The Bulldogs from West Allis Central. The Hilltoppers from Marquette University High School. Third meeting between these two squads. Someone's going to state, the WIAA state tournament, for only the second time in school history. Starting five for each side, West Allis Central. Those are all seniors playing on the right side of your screen. And from Marquette, Wright, Swan, Meinholz, Makovich, and Ryan Coffey. A mixture of the classes, but a very balanced team that shares the basketball. Casey Kowaleski, his first season as the head coach at Marquette. What a job he has done. They won the Greater Metro Conference Championship. He's an MU grad back in the day, class of 1998. He's also the dean of students. He's known these guys for several years. And for West Allis Central, Dave Malachnik in his fourth season as the head coach at West Allis Central. He also coached the girls for 2 years, coached at Muskego for a couple years. What a turnaround and what a time to have his team turn it on in the postseason to make this run. Just a step away from going to state are the Bulldogs. As we mentioned, they met twice in conference play during the regular season. The game at West Allis went to overtime with Marquette prevailing in a real dogfight, no pun intended. There it is back in January, 51-48, and Marquette just had their way. They got back in transition early in that game and won at home by a bunch, 68-40. That's the concern for Dave Malachnik. He knows his guys have to get back, let Marquette work to earn their points. If they get in transition and get easy shots, then it might be a repeat of the game at Marquette. Bulldogs are in the home whites with the burgundy and gold trim. Marquette in the traveling navy with the gold and white trim. And the Hilltoppers with Gerard Swan off to Makovich. Jake, talented football player, long and rangy, and he can shoot it from three-point land. Meinholz takes the first shot. It's not there. Coffee rebound isn't there as well. Central survives with the basketball, and Brandon Key brings it up.
Well, you'll see Marquette really work the basketball around to get a good shot. But also Central is a team that really loves to go to the basket. So solid defense on both ends of the floor is going to be crucial for both of these teams.
To your point, Cummings went hard to the rack but couldn't get the shot. Makovich swing it up to Meinholz. Gives it back to Jake. Tried to feed Coffey in the block. It's not there. Steal by Cummings. Cummings with the lay-in on the other end.
Does a great job of avoiding the defender keeps his head up and lays it in with ease.
2-0 Central. Swan up top right.
And the West Allis Central is really packing it in the paint. They recognize the size disadvantage, so they're playing honest, and they're going to force Marquette to shoot from the outside.
And Marquette, while they love to transition and go quick, they also don't mind doing this. Swan battled, and the ball was tipped and off the backboard underneath. It'll stay with Marquette, but 2 looks there, neither one of them, Shannon, was easy.
Well, you're going to have to be strong with the basketball underneath. The refs are going to let you play. This is championship basketball.
Quick catch and shoot. Ben Meinholz on the board.
Nice square up off the out of bounds play. Rises up over his defender. Drains it.
Dribble drive. Ross rimmed it off. Rebound Swan. And here's that quick push by Marquette.
Now Marquette won't force the issue, but they will push and transition off a rebound if they have numbers.
Swan going a little too quick there. Couldn't connect with his teammate. Turnover, Hilltoppers. Swan, a football player as well, running back. He's got the quickness, has the wheels. Key. Probing. Shooting. Missing. Brandon Key, talk about being a pure point guard. He's a guy who, he's got lightning quick speed, and his first thought is to distribute the basketball. He will pick his spots and can score in certain spots. Hit back him off a little bit after going air ball on the 3. Swan off balance, missed it. There's Key in the quickness. And the feed to Ross was too hot to handle.
And those are 2 poor possessions by both teams. You know, you have to make sure you have numbers when you're pushing the basketball. And that time, West Allis Central did not.
A bucket apiece early going here. Meinholz slips underneath and hits the shot. We talk about creating shots. That's what Ben Meinholz does, Shannon. He looks for the smallest of seams, and you like his chances. And he knocks it down. Speaking of knocking it down, Devon Ross, that's what he does. A shooter who connects beyond the arc. Coffey cleans up the miss on the other end. And now the offense is picking up the pace here. Key, quickly the other end, up and over everything.
And there's that quickness we talked about that he possesses in this game. You know, Brandon Key is one of those guys that once that ball comes off the rim on the defensive end, he's pushing it transition. You got to get back defensively because he's going all the way to the rack.
Tyler Matten is in number 2 for the Bulldogs. Jack Dwyer, number 5, checks in from Marquette. Also in with the basketball, Alexander. Makovich. Meinholz creating again, doesn't get the roll. Quick push, Ross. He'll wait for help. Finds Key at the top. Key on the right wing. Didn't pull the trigger. Spin move. Big bodies were there. Key attacks again.
A good effort on the offensive rebound. Was not able to connect. Used the left hand, but was not able to finish.
Meinholz tried to create something, but defense closed quickly. Alexander out high.
West Allis Central is going to have to make sure they have help on the weak side once that ball goes into the post. Marquette has a size advantage at that 4 and 5 position.
Job Alexander didn't look like he was looking to shoot, but happy he did. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And because of the size advantage Marquette has, it's leaving the perimeter shot wide open for Marquette. And Alexander took advantage.
Toppers up 4. Pass skips across, and 3-ball for Ross won't go. Reload, though. Scoop with the left hand. Van Dulm, the transfer from the state of Georgia.
Very nicely done. Up and under, eludes his defender, and lays it in off the glass.
Van Dulm, he was trying to find his way and trying to find his role on this Bulldogs team. He has found it here in the second half. That'll be a charge. Called on Alexander.
And those are 2 good plays back-to-back by Van Dulm. On the other end, offensive rebound to the lane, off the glass. And on the defensive end, sacrifices his body for the charge.
And that's part of what Van Dulm had to buy into. Play defense, take charges, rebound. He was at his home state of Georgia on his last team. He was used to just going end to end with the basketball. And finally, he has found a fit with the Bulldogs. They have the basketball down by 2. Key. He's been active offensively, looking to attack. Dumps it off to Milwaukee. The 3 got bothered. Second try, no. Third try, no. Foul underneath. And Cummings at 6'2", battling with the bigs underneath to keep those chances alive for West Allis Central.
Well, one thing is for sure. West Allis Central, whatever they lack in height, they make up for it in effort. 3 or 4 guys on the offensive glass every possession. That's just heart and wanting to win the basketball game.
Milwaukee, long 3, no. Another offensive rebound. Put back, won't go for Cummings. They're crashing the offensive glass. They're getting second and third tries, but no buckets. Meantime, a bucket for Brian Mays on the other end. Key with the quick push. Cummings. That won't go. Boy, Cummings can't buy a bucket.
But they're getting good looks. They're getting in baskets, going to the basket.
Alexander, foul on the way to the hoop.
Alexander gets bailed out a little bit out of control going to the basket. But he's headed to the line for 2. Scratch that, they're going to be taking that one out of bounds underneath.
Yeah, they call it on the floor. Nolan Wright returns for the Hilltoppers. He'll give Mineholes a breather. Into Alexander on the block to Wright. Doherty was in there battling, but the Bulldogs come out of it. And then Doherty on the other end gets the steal. Jack Dwyer. Floater will go. Little push shot, little shot put for Dwyer, but still counts for 2. 13-7 Marquette.
Well, another solid player off the bench for Marquette. I mean, this is a young man that is able to get a few easy baskets and helps you out, with balanced scoring at the end of the game.
Key, baseline, no. Wright got his paws up there and almost a goaltend. Brian Mays, quick feed, Doherty, no. Doherty, second try, bucket and 1. And now it's Marquette hitting the offensive glass.
Both of these teams are very physical, very strong. Off the miss, they just continue to battle.
Jelks on the reach-in got called for the foul. And Doherty will try to extend the lead to +9. Doherty, the junior, good defender, energy guy off the bench. There's a lot of those guys on both sides of the court. A lot of energy guys. Both coaches will need that with so much on the line. Final seconds of the first quarter. Ross, dribble drive, goes in, offensive foul.
That's one of those plays you want to try to pull up and take a 12-footer on that baseline. He gets his defender up, gets to the lane, but gets a little too deep. Weak side help, by Mays, gets the charge.
So Mays on the deck, nodding his head saying, yeah, got there just in the nick of time. Almost a steal. Alexander, and off of Alexander.
The referees are really letting them play. I mean, you have to be strong with the basketball. You're not going to get bailed out by fouls. You got to be strong.
Konechny is in for Central here. Final 8 ticks left on the clock. Bulldogs will try to get the last shot. Key, Van Dulm pops the three, got it! And a little mo for West Allis Central as we head to the second quarter. 16-10, Marquette in front, but the Bulldogs close the gap with that 3-ball. Bulldogs with the basketball, trailing by 6.
Marquette showing up in a 1-3-1 zone, switching up their defense. They're going to try to take away the penetration of West Allis Central, force them to shoot the ball from the outside.
And this is a trademark of Marquette basketball, and Dave Malachnik knows this is coming. They will switch their defense throughout the game. They'll go 1-3-1, they'll go man, they'll go 2-3. They'll keep you guessing. Right. Makovich. Meinholz back in there. On a cut to right, and tried to skip it over the defense to Swan, and hot potato out of bounds.
Good idea on the skip pass. Just put a little bit too much extra on the weak side pass.
Casey Kowaleski stepped in. Again, first season as the head coach, but he's been around the program, knows these young men. And they got comfortable with each other in a hurry and won the Greater Metro. Key out to Malachnik. That's the coach's son, David, with the basketball.
This 1-3-1 zone, because of the height of Marquette, has given West Allis a little bit of trouble.
Key launches a three, and Brandon Key on the board. He was aggressive in the first quarter. Didn't get all of them to fall. That one goes, cuts the lead to 3.
Well, that's what happens when you speak too soon. On the swing pass, Key knocks it down.
Meinholz tries to answer. Reload. Coffee. He traveled.
Traveling on the Hilltoppers, Bulldogs basketball.
And Coffee's only a sophomore, but he's the big body, the true post player, providing the muscle underneath. Key attacks Coffee and company. Empty trip. Makovich to right, down the lane, foul. Nolan will go to the line.
As we talked about earlier, Marquette will push the basketball. They're conservative on the offensive end, but when they have numbers, they're going to push the ball. And a nice trail to the basket. Nolan Wright gets fouled. He's going to the free throw line.
On the line for the Hilltoppers,
Nolan Wright, most athletic of the Hilltoppers, and that's saying something. But he jumps out of the gym. There was a time this year that Casey Kowaleski was trying to get Nolan Wright fired up and get him going more. That has happened in the second half and in the postseason, but he misses the free throws. Bulldogs trailing by 3. Key shuttling bodies around. Off to Van Dulm. Namdi bounce feed to Ross. Cummings launches and hits, and we're tied.
And he came on that screen with the intention of letting it fly. Squares his body up, rises up, bottom of the net.
Cummings fought so hard on the offensive glass and didn't get any of the putbacks, but the triple was kind to him. Meinholz stripped on the way up, regathers into right, who sneaks underneath to get the bucket. Heads up play by Ben Meinholz. In traffic, he found an open teammate. Key for 3, and gets the roll and the lead.
He's one of those point guards that's streaky. If he hits 2 or 3, he may miss the next couple, but he has the confidence to continue to let them fly.
Makovich stripped on the way up. It'll stay with the Hilltoppers. And a couple big triples by Brandon Key and the Bulldogs. Not only give them the lead, but they've cranked it up on defense at the end too. A 12-2 run, and the defense is responding as well for Dave Malachnik.
Well, not only are they making good defensive plays, but they're scoring off of transition baskets, all in rhythm.
Meinholz bothered by Matten. In the corner, 3-ball, and it goes for Swan. Well, everyone getting comfortable from outside the arc.
And both teams are absolutely on fire from behind the arc.
Marquette back in front. Key to Cummings. Steps into the lane on a grab and a foul. More basketball on tap this afternoon here on the Sports Channel. Game 2, 4 p.m. in Manitowoc. Germantown still unbeaten. Kimberly trying to end the Warhawks run. 4 p.m. live. D1 sectional final right here on the Sports Channel. Key thought about it. Reeled it back in. Malachnik. Key steps inside the arc and doesn't get the roll this time. Got the roll on the 3-ball. And that time, the hoop unkind for Brandon Key.
They're getting some really good looks in the half court. They're being patient. They're getting their defenders to bite on that jump shot from the outside because they've been so successful. Then it allows them to get into the lane and make it a little easier jump shot for them from that 15-foot range.
Good ball movement. Meinholz. Makovich. It's Swan for 3. That one's short. Key forcing the issue. Van Dome. Fancy. No finish. Bulldogs will keep it. D2 final. Greendale beat Tosa East by 1, and the Panthers go to state. Second straight year Greendale will play in Madison. And that game of note because Tosa East, what a great postseason run they had. They were one of 3 teams, there's the final, one of 3 teams from the greater metro to play basketball on this Saturday. These are the other 2. Oh, sneaky moves by Cummings. Danced along the baseline and then squeezed it in for a bucket to tie it. There's Swan. Meinholz. Took it over to Doherty. Simon Cruz is in there now, number 10 for the Hilltoppers. He's got the basketball.
This is where West Allis Central has to be smart. They've been playing solid defense for the last 30, 45 seconds. Don't want to bail Marquette out.
Meinholz. 3 rolls out. Quick push. Cummings. He gets stripped by Swan. Oh, the quickness is on display on both ends today.
I mean, you have to be strong with the basketball. He had a wide open layup to the basket. That was an absolute foul. Right on the wrist. And they're really letting them play.
Tied at 21. Key off to Cummings. Devon Ross. Gio Owens with the basketball off the bench. He's number 20. Namdi. Ross. 3-ball. Cummings. He got fouled. And Cummings to the line to shoot
Hilltoppers foul is on number
3 shots here.
Mays.
You know, as a defender, one thing you don't want to do is foul a jump shooter.
On the line for the
The
Bulldogs,
percentage
number 10,
of them making the shot goes down
shooting 2.
the further they're out. You can't bail them out. Just get your hand up, get in their space, and hope for the best.
And upon further review, partner, toe was on the line, so 2 shots for Cummings. He knocks down the first.
For the Hilltoppers, number 5, Jack Dwyer, and
Malachnik back in for Central.
replacing Mays and Doherty.
Dwyer is in for the Toppers. Good look at Cummings.
Number 3, David Malachnik, replacing Ross.
Got them both.
And for the Bulldogs, number 23, Payshawn Jelks.
Payshawn Jelks will give Cummings a breather here. 2:05 left in the first half. Dwyer climbs the ladder. Feeds Cruz. Last touched by Cruz. Bulldogs get it right back.
But that was a great defensive effort by Malachnik. You know, sprinting back with his hands up, anticipating the pass. Great defense.
Father Dave's been coaching David since 4th grade. Key sneaks inside, off the back bracket, and then a reach-in foul on Malachnik as Wright got the rebound.
Foul is on number 3, David Malachnik. That's his first.
I love it when I talk to Dave about David, and he said, you know, great kid. You know, sometimes coaches coaching their own kid, they're shy to say just how good they are on the basketball floor. Don't want to play favorites, but hey, he was just telling it like it is. Been a pleasure to coach his son. Nice baseline drive by Simon Cruz to the rack.
Was able to elude the triple team on that baseline for the easy score.
Ties it again. Back and forth we go here in Milwaukee. Van Dam on the left wing. Penetrates. Spins. And a charge. Called on Van Dam. Went in a little too hot into the paint.
Good idea going to the basket. Just a tad bit out of control.
And both teams, Shan, they've done a good job of protecting the paint. Guys have been there, and they're not afraid to absorb the contact. $1:10 left on the clock. Dwyer found a seam for a moment, and it closed quickly. Meinholz finds a seam on the pass there. Wright saves it. Dwyer shoots it for 3. Marquette back out on top by a triple. For the tie, Key. Up and over the glass.
Marquette's getting some great minutes off the bench from Jack Dwyer. I mean, he's been playing very solid defensively, but he's been able to drain some wide open shots. That's what you need in games like this. You need guys that are ready to come off the bench, focused, and ready to do their jobs.
Griffin Johnson is in 15 for the Bulldogs. Marquette might hold for one shot here and retain the lead heading to the locker room. Cruz, Meinholz with it. 10 seconds left. Meinholz lost the dribble. Key has it the other way. Key splits the defense, missed the shot. Blocked underneath. Johnson, no! Halftime here at South Division High School in Milwaukee. It's Marquette by 3. This 3 right there in the D1 sectional final and a trip to state on the line. Publications and now newspapers. They're mobile and ready for action with coverage in print and online. We are where you are. We are in Milwaukee, South Division High School, Marquette, looking for the 3-game sweep this season against West Allis Central with a trip to state on the line. Hilltoppers lead it 26-23 at the half. Well, there's something about winning the state wrestling title. All athletes sacrifice their bodies throughout the season, but wrestlers are a little intense when it comes to hard workouts. JP Godoran was there on Saturday to see the reward of all that hard work at the state wrestling finals.
In the 75 years that the WIAA has handed out a team wrestling title, only once will you have found the Kaukauna Ghosts as champions, and that came 12 months ago. The Ghost wrestlers made sure its fans wouldn't have to wait so long this time, though. Kaukauna beat Stoughton on Saturday to go back-to-back as Division I wrestling champions.
You'll never get used to it. It feels great coming back and doing it again. There's a lot of pressure, and we had a lot of stuff go on this year, but we came together when it counted and performed tonight.
Just the way Magic wanted, his seniors stepped up in a big way on Saturday. In their final wrestling meet, they went 5-2 on the day, including 3 pins.
Couldn't end any better way. Just awesome.
It's a great feeling. I mean, I'm sure it'll hit me later, but I mean, to go out and win like that, it really means a lot.
Add in freshman Keaton Kluver's pin to start the day. And bonus points were huge for the Ghosts. Yes, they won 9 out of 14 weight classes, but when 4 of them give the team 6 points instead of just 3, Kaukauna started with a comfortable lead and finished with a 20-point pummeling, 41-21.
We're a big pinning team. I mean, we rely on our pins, so we like putting people away. We're tough on top, get on there and finish the match. I mean, we've always talked, if we pin more than we get pinned, we'll win the duel. I mean, I think that's a good way to look at it. The bonus points are just huge at this point.
We knew we were tough riders from the beginning coming in this match. I mean, you saw it at state and all that. Just throughout the season, we've always been big cradlers and stuff. I mean, just working on that. We've always worked on getting that cradle, trying to get it a pin, trying to slip that shoulder out and stuff. But like I said before, did we know that we were going to pin? I don't know, but it was huge for us. It was huge. It's what separated us to set us up for that state title win.
Now the Ghosts remain on top of the wrestling world as back-to-back champions.
It's awesome. I mean, well, the talk has been ever since we've been little, start a legacy, so hopefully we're starting it. Hopefully the little guys can pick her up and keep rolling, but it's just a great feeling.
Oh, it's great. I mean, we're setting history. Hopefully we can keep going. I mean, our program's just getting better and better each year. It'd be nice to just keep it rolling, state titles.
It feels great. I mean, last year it was awesome, but like getting it back to back, not a lot of people have done that. I mean, just being part of like a start of a legacy, I mean, it's just great doing that. And I don't know, just always winning a state title, it never gets old, you know, it never gets old. It's awesome.
In the Division II ranks, the Freedom Irish took on the Ellsworth Panthers, the team that's won state 6 times and qualified 13 times in its history. Freedom? Well, they last won in 1997. Nobody on this team was even born yet. Coach Justin Lancaster could tell this team was motivated from the get-go this season.
Last year we lost in the sectional semifinals, and the kids at that moment, they took it really hard, and they got together and had a meeting without me knowing about it, and they talked about their goals of what they wanted to accomplish as a team. They did a lot in the off-season. And as soon as we started the year, they were better than what they ended last year.
And they certainly wrestled like it. The Irish won the first 6 bouts of the day. The first 5 were decisions, but Cody Walrath got an impressive tech fall to put Freedom up 20-0. And that would be more than enough on Saturday. They won 10 of 14 bouts to beat Ellsworth 34-15. And now there's a new team to look up to in the walls of the wrestling room.
Most of the time when you think of Freedom, you see that 97 team every time we go to that wrestling room. So those guys are sick of seeing their faces now, so they want to put theirs up there. And they wanted young kids to idolize them just like they idolized that 97, just for their great accomplishment of being ranked number 1 in the state.
Back here in Milwaukee, there's your score of this boys Division I sectional final matchup. Marquette leads West Allis Central 26-23. Bob Brainerd, Shannon Smith, our Sports Channel crew. Highlights from the first half. Each team, Shannon, had their moments. Ben Meinholz had his in the first quarter, creating shots, getting good looks.
Yeah, they've been very spacious on the offensive end of the floor. They've been able to knock down outside shots, but also taking advantage of transition when the opportunity presented themselves. They were very patient. A lot of guys got themselves involved. They really spread the wealth in the first half.
Marquette led by 6 after 1, but second quarter, here come 3 balls by the Bulldogs.
Well, they really got things going in that second quarter from behind the arc. The confidence in their shooting really showed. I mean, they really got things going, especially after Key got to the basket. It opened up things on the wing for them.
And then Marquette, they had their moment. They hit some bombs from outside in the second quarter, including this one to give them the lead by 3. That's where we are, 26-23, and you can see the scoring is being spread around by everybody, both for Marquette and West Allis Central. Cummings leading the way with 9. He could have had a lot more, Shannon. He was hitting the offensive glass in the first quarter, just wasn't getting the putbacks to go. Dwyer, Meinholz, Swan, this is what Marquette does. Meinholz is their leading scorer, but they don't lean on him. They are the most successful when they share the basketball, look for each other, and that's exactly what they did in the first half. Let's take a look at the bracket and show you what's at stake here as these two teams try to battle and make their way to state. The winner is going to play either Superior or Stevens Point in the first semifinal in Madison on Friday. We talked about Kimberly and Germantown. That's our game coming up here on the Sports Channel at 4 o'clock. They'll do battle up in Manitowoc, and they get the winner of Madison East, Kenosha Indian Trail. Remember, Shannon, we had those guys, the Hawks, knocking off Racine Case. Yeah. That's a real good-looking ball club, and they may get their first ever trip to state if they can beat East this afternoon. All right, second half underway. Marquette with the basketball, leading by 3. Tried to force feed it to right inside, but instead Van Dalm was there for the takeaway.
And that was off a set play. They were trying to get a quick alley-oop off the weak side pass. Van Dalm gets in the way.
He read it properly. Brandon Key. A lot of interest, a lot of looks from Division I schools. Almost poked away, and it is. Coffee steps in the lane. So we've exchanged turnovers to start the second half. Makovich up top to Swan. Meinholz to right on the block. Nolan goes in strong and scores.
Very nice play out of the post. Recognizes the size advantage, feels his defender, makes a nice pump move, goes in.
Lochnik did a good job and does an even better job there to get the basketball back and get the tie-up. It'll stay with West Allis Central. David, sorry partner, David cleared some room to launch the 3, but doesn't give up on the play here.
Well, this whole first half and beginning of this second half, West Allis Central is just showing their scrappiness underneath. You have to be strong with the ball because they have hands and quick ones at that. Never gives up on a play.
Got the basketball back. Key, beautiful drive, distribute. That's what he does so well. Draws the attention, finds the open man. It was Van Dalm who gets fouled.
Just so quick off that first dribble. First step to the basket, he'll just blow right by you. Has a presence of mind and the unselfishness to find a cutting Van Dalm to the basket.
Told you about this young man who transferred from Georgia, finally found his foot, and the last 3 games in the postseason, he has really ramped up his game and been a huge reason for this run to the sectional final. Splits the free throws. Marquette by 4. Meinholz into the corner, into the paint, kick it, Makovich for 3. Rimmed it off. Key the other way. To Cummings. Cummings, the crossover. doing everything right, just doesn't get the basketball to fall once he makes all the moves, Shannon.
A great crossover move. Loses his defender, but just puts a little bit too much English on the finger roll.
Cummings, he's battled through injuries all season long, but a true competitor. Just never uses that as excuses. He has battled through the pain. Almost got stripped on the way up. Stayed with it. Missed the shot. 9 holes the other way to Coffey. Baby hook. That one rolls off. Up and in. Nolan Wright gathered in the loose change. Timeout West Allis Central. They're down 6. But it was just a matter of these guys trying to find the fit. But the good news, Malachnik said, was that the coaching staff never lost faith in these guys. They knew the talent was there. They just needed to find something to trigger them to all get on the same page. And luckily it came when the postseason began.
You know, winning is contagious. You know, once everyone does get on the same page, understands and recognizes their roles, good things happen on the floor. And then you have a string of victories. The momentum changes, your confidence changes, and you're here in this game.
Meinholz creating again, but missed a shot. Gets another look. That one won't go. 2 tries, nothing. How about 3? He'll defer or throw it away. Central basketball. Yeah, part of the equation for the Bulldogs, Shannon, was that everybody stopped worrying about their own game. They decided, let's play as a team and see what happens. And the results, they're here this afternoon. Down by 6. Cummings, who has labored hard this afternoon on both ends. At it again. Squeezes it in. Finally gets the bucket. And the foul.
Well, this young man, Jerome Cummings, definitely knows how to play. Recognizes his quickness and his strong hand being the left. Goes to that area. Strong to the basket. Absorbs the contact. You know, he's been getting fouled going to the basket all game long, but has not complained to the officials one time.
No.
So this is a guy that is used to contact, and, you know, 11 points, and they're all off a transition.
Meinholz saved it in time after the missed free throw, so the lead is 4 for Marquette. Back in, Alexander with the basketball. Also in, Jack Dwyer with it. Back to Meinholz on the right wing. Kick it across to Dwyer. Catch, shoot, 3 ball, got it. No confidence lacking for Jack Dwyer. Knocking down the triple.
And I really like the solid minutes he's given Marquette. I mean, just doesn't make mistakes on the floor, picks his spots, and has been extremely productive.
That was key for 3. Missed it. Cummings battled to try to get a reload, but last touched by Jerome. And Marquette's bench has been very productive this afternoon. Like there. Alexander to the rack. Marquette +9. Cummings gets fouled by Brian Mays. Hits the deck.
Alexander got a nice, strong move to the basket, but a little luck. It looked like that wasn't the intent, but nonetheless, he was able to finish.
Will Konechny is in for the Bulldogs, and Malachnik returns as well. Cummings will get a breather. Van Dome will walk it up. Off to Key. Van Dome off of Meinholz's foot. Stays with Central. Key working on Alexander. Malachnik almost pulled the trigger from outside the arc. Off to Key. Dribble drive through traffic, bump and a foul. That's 4 fouls now as a team on Marquette. Bulldogs still have not committed a foul. And this plays into the hand of West Allis Central. Trailing by 9, they wouldn't mind getting to the line, getting points that way with the clock stop. Van Dome thought about a back down. Finds Matten up and over. There's another foul. 15 foul. Tyler Matten to the line.
I mean, Central is just so aggressive to the basket. They attack, and continue to attack. They just go to the basket with reckless abandon. You know, they're not worried about possibly getting the foul. They just want to get to the rim, and that's when good things happen.
Tyler Matten makes the first. He's a point guard who is taking on the role of playing other positions. When you have a point guard like Brandon Key, you got to find other ways to get on the floor. Splits the free throws. Lead is 8 for Marquette. Alexander got in the air, got hung up, tried to ad-lib a shot, and kicked out of bounds by the Toppers. It'll be Bulldogs basketball. Trailing by 8. Key probing. And a collision. They're going to get Will Konechny. We had a little meet and greet near the block. Alexander. Well, he is all arms and all legs, isn't he, Shannon?
Yeah, he's really crafty with the basketball.
Just a junior. Wire snuck in baseline but ran out of room. Key setting up shop. Tries to use the screen. Keeps the dribble alive. And Alexander reaching foul. That's 6.
Yeah, that's not a good foul by Alexander. Your job as a defender in the post is to get them off of that block. He did a good job of doing that. He got him outside of that red stripe. But now you have to play solid. You don't have to reach. And that's what Alexander did.
And now Central will be shooting the rest of the way. Starting right here. Doherty called for the foul. Cummings will go to the line.
And he gets you in that sweet spot, in that low post, and he goes to his strong hand. Just catches and goes to the basket. Good call by the officials. He gets hit, not only with the body, but gets hit on the arm.
You know, Dave Malachnik, he said he calls Jerome Cummings old school, and he doesn't like that. You know, because all the kids today, Shannon, they want to be new school. They want to be flashy. You know, nothing's wrong with old school, is it?
No,
when did that go out of vogue?
When you look at him, he's a left-handed player. I'm sure he'd rather be called James Harden than Jamal Wilkes.
As long as he didn't say Keith Wilkes, that's really old school. 6-point lead for Marquette, but they lose the basketball again. Matten with it. Slices in, lost it on the way up, stripped. Marquette D helps out. Alexander! Great move. No bucket. Central basketball.
Alexander He's really, really impressive when he goes to the rack. Unorthodox at points.
Meinholz returns along with Makovich for Marquette. Bulldogs trying to chip away at this deficit. With a minute to go in the third. Key goes inside. Rimmed off. Reload. Floater. That one goes. Devon Ross. Marquette up only 4. Alexander. Inside the scoop. The bucket. And one.
This young man just loves to get to the basket by any means. The nuts stutter step to the basket with the left and one.
That length, Shannon, that really plays to his advantage, and he knows how to use it. Missed the free throw. 6-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Under a minute to go in the third. Ross.
You got to look to try to get Cummings the basketball.
They do. Cummings, little clear out, and the bucket.
He just plays so strong underneath. Uses his strength and wills the basket in.
Final seconds of the third. Timeout Marquette. Casey, Kowaleski, we'll talk about it. Set up a play here. In a terrific basketball game to send someone to state to face either Superior or Stevens Point. The other side of the D1 bracket, Germantown and Kimberly. They will sort things out in Manitowoc. We'll have the game for you live at 4 p.m. right here on the Sports Channel. (37-33), Marquette with the lead and the basketball. They had a 9-point lead, their biggest here in the third quarter, but that has been whittled away. Meinholz to inbound. Alexander. Makovich. Meinholz. Bothered. Stolen by Key. Got the shot off, but it doesn't go. Marquette to the fourth quarter. Crowd making some racket here at South Division High School in Milwaukee. Fourth quarter begins with Marquette up by 4.
With the way both of these teams have played, the efficiency on the offensive end, it's just hard to believe that no one has scored 40 points yet going into the fourth quarter.
Alexander, what a ball game this young man is having for Marquette. Key the other way. Reverse layup for 2.
He's just so confident, strong with the basketball. Strong upper body.
Bulldogs and Hilltoppers matching each other, blow for blow. Meinholz back up top. Swan back to Ben. Baseline pop. Missed everything. Rebound Cummings.
Just so strong. Just a young man among boys.
And had thoughts of muscling his way in that time. Ross missed the 3. Marquette will get the basketball. Central going to apply a little full court pressure here as Coffey comes in for Cummings.
And this is a good defensive move. Gives Marquette a different look, but also this is what Central is good at. They're good at putting pressure on the basketball. They're good at speeding you up and putting you in positions offensively that you're not comfortable.
Marquette ready for it. And a foul on Cummings as he plowed into Coffey.
That's where you want to use your opposite hand.
Final, Rice Lake is back at state. That means Henry Ellenson is back at state, the future Marquette Golden Eagle. Coffee back to Meinholz. Swan working on Key. Meinholz slips in under the defense. Swan helps his teammate out after the miss.
Yeah, Key, you got to box out. You got to get that defensive rebound.
Missed three by Ross. And last touched by Nolan Wright, who said, really? It'll be Central basketball. Key, catch, shoot, three, got it! Second time the young man got the roll from outside the arc.
Ice water in his veins, just continues to attack.
Look at the attack by Meinholz. Key for three again. No roll this time. Cummings in there, battling, boarding, getting fouled.
That's smart basketball. Recognizes Key is feeling it. He's going to come down and pull. But he also knows he's very strong on the offensive glass. Crashes once again. He's going to the line.
Shannon, I hate to tell you that. That's old school, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the guys that knew that they probably weren't going to get a lot of touches, or their number wasn't going to get called. They say, hey, I'm going to get it on the offensive glass.
Cummings again at the stripe, 1-1. Gets the first. Marquette, again, they were +9 in the third quarter, but Central did a good job not letting the Hilltoppers run away and hide. And it's manageable here for the Bulldogs. Down just 3. Cummings gets a breather. Jelks in for him. Pressure again, full court style. And then Swan throws it away.
Defensive pressure causes teams a lot of discomfort. Marquette throwing the basketball away, playing right into the hands of West Allis.
Ben Meinholz, he turned to Swan and said, hey, we broke the pressure, no problem. Just slow things down. Cummings back in there to Ross, who gets it back. To Key for 3 and the tie. Short. Cummings! Boy. He has been attacking the boards, but just can't get the finish. Makovich, he gets the 3 ball. It's off. And then Wright gets fouled by Cummings. Cummings just laboring on both ends. Crashing the boards. That one a little bit too much. And he'll have a seat.
Well, coach is doing a little offense-defense with him.
Into Meinholz. Can't get it to go. And then a foul in the backcourt. And Van Dolm will walk the other way and shoot the 1-1.
It's going to be critical for these teams, especially right now that Marquette is in a penalty, that West Allis Central capitalizes at the line. They have an opportunity to really go ahead in this basketball game, because not only is Marquette in a penalty, but the way that they play, so aggressive getting to the basket, fouling is going to be part of the game plan.
Nnamdi Van Dolm, 1-1. All those fouls that Marquette accumulated in the third quarter coming back to haunt them here in the fourth quarter. After these free throws, Central will shoot 2, double bonus. And Van Dolm knocks a pair down. 1-point lead for Marquette. Alexander back in there with the basketball. Jake Makovich hounded and fouled.
West Allis Central, they can play aggressive, but you have to be smart. This is the time of game where the refs are really looking for anything that's unnecessarily done defensively. Stay solid, stay the course. You've been playing extremely solid. Don't make it easy on Marquette.
Foul was on Jelks. Meinholz double team. Finds Alexander, who finds Mays, who hits the deck. This might switch back to Marquette. It will. Underneath official had it going to the Bulldogs. The out official came running in and said, deflection.
Where? He threw it out of bounds. That's West Allis Central basketball.
Makovich. Meinholz up top. Drives strong and
Clock's not running.
Rolls off. Yeah, the clock is frozen at 4:40. And a foul called on Meinholz. We're going to have to check the clock. The clock is running now. I think they ran time off because they realized it wasn't running. Here you see that's in the neighborhood of what it should be at. 4:32. While all that was going on, Meinholz reached in on Key. Again, double bonus rest of the game here. And free throws here could give Central the lead once again. And another reset. Timeout Marquette. Casey Kowaleski. He said, coming into this one, you know that old cliche about being a team 3 times? Well, we're concerned about that.
It's very difficult to do. First game of the year, you're testing each other out. Second game, you get scouted a little bit more, but when it's for all the marbles, it's very difficult.
Well, we brought you nearly 40 live games from Eastern Wisconsin this basketball season as your home for high school sports. Now we want you to vote for the top plays of the season. Our 7th annual Play of the Year contest starting on Tuesday. Go to our website, watch all the best plays. Each time you view, it counts as a vote. Winners will be selected from both the southeast and northeast portions of Wisconsin. Voting runs through April 12th. Vote early, vote often, but just get out and vote. All right, Key to the line. 2 shots for the senior point guard. He'll get another. Needs it to tie this ball game. And he does.
Smart defense and rebounding is going to win this game for one of these teams.
Ryan Mays. A bump. We play on. Alexander gets it. Oh, check that. Wright gets it, and Nolan Wright, who looked like Alexander, getting all gangly to score. Feed down low. Blocked by Wright. Retrieved by the Bulldogs. A reset. Key passes on the 3, goes inside and scores in fancy fashion.
Outstanding move. Gets his defender in the air. 2 dribbles to the rack.
We're tied again.
Bulldogs foul on number 24, Brandon Key. That is his first personal
Foul on Key, just his first, but the 16th foul on Central. So Marquette will shoot on the next one. Bulldogs are in the double bonus. Catch, shoot, Dwyer for 3. In and out. And a foul underneath on Central going after the loose change. It'll go against Jelks.
Bulldogs foul is on number 11, Nomini Van Dam.
Oh, check that. They get Van Dalm with the foul.
7th team foul.
Coming over the top.
For the Bulldogs, number 3, David Lochnick, and 10, Jerome Cummings.
Lochnick and Cummings are in for Central. Right to the line for the 1-and-1. And we've been harping on fouls and free throws, Shannon. This game could come down at the line. And who shoots better at the line? Nothing there for Wright. Stays tied at 45. Key on the attack again. Backs up, kicks it. 3-ball Ross. No. Makovich on the rebound and a reaching foul.
Yeah, that's not a good foul by Monochnik. You know, you're right in front of the official. The effort is great, but you have to be smart.
Jake Makovich. His next sport at the next level will be football. He's a good one. Meinholz in for Mays. And Jake, who was clutch on the football field for the Hilltoppers. They need him on the court, and he delivers there. 22 touchdown catches. Nice 6'6" target for Charlie Greif, the quarterback. Missed the second. 1-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Brandon Key. Cummings hits the deck, trying to slide through the screens. Key, they shut the lane off.
That's great.
Twice.
Help defense by Wright.
Cummings got stripped by Meinholz.
Great defensive help on the top of the key by Nolan Wright.
Alexander to Makovich, bucket and one. And now Alexander making plays, going to the hoop, Shannon, but then distributing for the better look.
He just is a great creator and a penetrator. Kind of loosey-goosey with the basketball, but very effective. Finds a cutting Makovich to the basket.
Makovich back at the line. Opportunity to push the lead to 4. Can't get it. And Wright couldn't get the putback.
And Central got away with one. And that was an easy gimme that they missed.
Cummings launches, rolls it out. Meinholz strong on the rebound. 2:40 left in regulation. Alexander. Meinholz to Makovich. Down low. Alexander. And one.
He's just been playing big time. This second half, he has owned it. Whether he's been distributing, knocking down shots, he's just been coming up with big play after play. Anything that's happened positively by Marquette in this second half, Alexander has been the reason.
Timeout, West Allis Central, before Alexander goes to the line to try to complete the three-point play. That was a little return favor. Makovich spotting Alexander open underneath after Alexander penetrated and found Jake open underneath for the bucket and one. And again, you go back to what Casey Kowaleski said. They are best as a team when they share the basketball, when they're looking for one another, when they're not leaning on one or two guys. Yes, Alexander has had a big afternoon, but it's plays like the last two, Shannon, when they're looking for each other, trying to get themselves closer to moving on in that bracket to face either Superior or Stevens Point. Last trip for Marquette, first ever trip in fact, in the WIAA was 2010, and they went 1-1 at state. They have never won a WIAA title. They're 218 away from being among the Final Four in Division I. Alexander got the roll at the line. 6-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Central, they have answered and been able to get close, but can they get over the hump here in the fourth quarter? Key thought about a three.
They have to try to get to the basket, get a quick score.
Like that. But blocked by Makovich on the backside. Good help defense by the 6'6 senior. And now under 2 to go, Marquette can be methodical on the offensive end. Casey Kowaleski will remind them here during the timeout.
And Marquette's going to try to take the air out of the basketball, work it around, try to get an easy one, and off the gambles defensively by LaSalle Central.
And if you foul, double bonus time both ways. You're shooting 2 the rest of the way with 1:42 to go in regulation. Don't forget, Germantown and Kimberly, another D1 sectional final on tap, part of our doubleheader coverage here on the Sports Channel. It's a 4 p.m. tip time in Manitowoc. How about Steve Showalter and the Warhawks, Shannon, running the table again?
You know, it's just still a remarkable feat. Every game they have had to play in a regional final atmosphere. And every team is gunning for them. They know what they have accomplished in the past. And every night, someone's trying to knock you off.
Yep. And they have held everyone off once again. Germantown looking to go back to state and win state for a 4th consecutive time. It's only been done once by Randolph. And Dominican, for that matter, they play tonight in Waukesha, trying to get back to state and trying to win for a 4th straight time as well. Marquette, they're just trying to run clock. Steal. Bulldogs needed it and got it. Now they need a score. In the corner, Jelks for 3. Buries it. Marquette lead, whittled to 3.
Well, they're going to have to find somebody to foul.
Because Marquette, they will force a foul.
Oh, wow.
Meinholz on the deck, got it back. A minute to go. Central, not going to foul yet, going to try to get the steal. They get it. Back the other way. Jelks. Underneath. Van Dome.
They need to try
Key
to score.
for 3 in the tie. No. A reload. Ross, the floater. 1-point game.
And that's what LaSalle Central has to do.
And then a turnover as Swan steps over the line. Bulldogs get the basketball back.
You know, playing smart does a lot of things. Also, it gets teams rattled and gets them out of their element. A costly mistake by Jared Swan. Steps over the inbound line.
Timeout to talk it over. After the bucket, Key was right there trying to get an inbound steal, and Swan saw it. What he didn't see was his position underneath. And when he took that step forward, you could tell he knew.
And Central, once again, has to continue to go to the basket. They got away with one on this last possession. They were able to score on a floater, but they wasted precious time trying to get a 3-point shot to try to tie the game. They've been getting to the lane easily all game long. Now they're really going to have that opportunity. Marquette is not going to foul. They're in a double bonus. You're a quick perimeter basketball team. Continue to attack.
Bulldogs, they chose not to foul, and twice they created the turnover and got points on the other end. Trailing now by a point. They will trigger underneath with Key. To Cummings. Bulldogs lead.
What an outstanding out-of-bounds play.
Marquette down one. Alexander.
Look for Alexander to create something off the top of the key, off the ball screen, off the dribble, either taking it all the way in or kicking it to the corner for an outside shot.
Timeout Marquette. One more look at the patient inbound look by Key to Cummings.
And this is a smart basketball team, and this is why. Usually in an out-of-bounds play, your objective is to get it to the first open man. It takes a lot of discipline to go through your first option, second option, and that was the third option off of that play. A curl by Cummings to the basket.
Both teams in the double bonus. Marquette with the basketball, 19.7 seconds left if you want to be exact and precise. Marquette will send out Meinholz, Matkovich, Alexander, Swan, and Nolan Wright.
You know, what a begin of a finish of a season if West Allis can pull this off. I mean, the way that they finished in conference and the way that they're playing right now, this looks like a totally different team.
It is a different team. Alexander with it. Meinholz, catch square, shoot for the lead, in and out. Rebound Central and a tie-up. It goes to the Bulldogs with 7 seconds left. Boy, Meinholz talked about him creating shots. He gave himself a good look, Shannon. It was halfway down and then rolled out.
Well, you can't get a better look from the top of the key, a turnaround jump shot. You have the size advantage. Great form, rises up, in and out.
Now, if you're Marquette, you've got time, a little time to get a steal, then you must foul. And there it is. Van Dam fouled, 6 seconds left. The transfer from Georgia, who tried to find his way of fitting in with his new teammates, found it in the last month in the season, in the postseason, and now a chance to put his team up by 3.
Boxing out is key.
Bulldogs +2. Timeout to think about it. And Dave Malachnik, he called the timeout. He wants to set his guys up for what happens following either the miss or the make on this free throw. And that will determine a lot of what Marquette does. If they need to launch a 3 or whether they attack to try to get a 2 and tie this one up. Nervous energy in the building. Nnamdi Van Dam to give Central a 3-point cushion.
And if Van Dam connects on these free throws, Central has to be smart and not foul on the jump shot.
Central by 3. Now the Toppers need a triple to send this one to overtime. Alexander threw it away, and the Bulldogs are going to state. What an improbable run by this West Allis Central Bulldogs team. No one hotter in the postseason. The only other trip, Shannon, right there at the bottom, 1947. You talk about ghosts. The future of West Allis Central basketball is alive. They will be one of 4 teams playing at the Kohl Center in Madison, knocking off Marquette in the 3rd try this season. 56-51. And I don't know if these guys even believe it.
They're fitting in, and that's getting it done. Teams come together at the end of the season, and the teams that have the best chemistry and continues to buy into the end goal gets an experience such as this.
There's your final. The Bulldogs still have some bark and bite left. They're going to Madison. And just the thrill of this moment for this group, finished second to last in the Greater Metro Conference, and they just knocked off the winners, the first place team in the Greater Metro Conference, a team that beat them twice during the regular season. That's nice, but what's even nicer is they get to go to state on top of it. They'll face either Superior or Stevens Point, winning 56-51. Second half highlights, and boy, there's a bunch to show you here. It was a terrific second half, especially the 4th quarter. Brandon Key took over for the Bulldogs.
Well, one thing is for sure, he continued to fight the whole game. I mean, he's getting to the basket, made big-time plays, just never complained to the referees, continued to fight play after play, and this is the end result. Guys, just continue to play together for the common goal, and that's to go to state.
And that young man did as well. Job Alexander, terrific ball game, but then Marquette, they couldn't close it, and the Bulldogs took advantage, played tough defense, didn't foul, got some big buckets, and then this one, the biggest, the inbound play to give the Bulldogs the lead. Marquette, though, one last try. They needed a 3. Alexander tried to find mine holes, threw it away. And crazy go nuts. Go the Bulldogs. Celebration time.
And how fitting.
They're
collective
going to state.
effort.
Yeah.
Look at this balance scoring, 19, 14, and 11. I mean, all those guys contribute at different points in the game. Different times were needed by each guy. Following through on the team goal of sticking together, making it a point to finish the way they should.
All right, Alexander, great game from Marquette off the bench with 12. There is the hardware, 56-51 the final. We'll come back to talk to the sectional champs here in Milwaukee. Back here at South Division High School in Milwaukee, and there is the damage. 56-51, the Bulldogs advance into the bracket, and they will play at the Kohl Center in Madison against either Superior or Stevens Point in one of 2 Division I semifinal matchups. Brandon Key is with us, the senior point guard. You said the ankle's hurting you, but you'll be able to shake that off to play in Madison, won't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tell me about this ball game. You've seen these guys twice. You played them tough in overtime at your place. They had their way with you at their place.
Yeah.
Coming in, what did you talk about trying to match up with these guys for a 3rd time so you guys could stay with them?
We just know we had to go hard, man. I mean, they're a tough team. We knew they were going to make shots, but we had a game plan. We had to keep fighting no matter what until it's 0-0-0. Just keep fighting, man.
Talk about the momentum you guys built up towards the end of the season. Was this an end goal, seeing that the way you guys finished up?
We was, our record in conference, we just put that to the side. We just say we'll make a run in the playoffs. So.
I talked to your coach, Brandon, and he said, because I had to ask him, what happened? I mean, how do you guys turn this thing around when things weren't going right in the regular season? He said chemistry was a problem. He admitted it. Yes. How did you guys rectify it so you guys all got on the same page in the postseason?
We just start hanging out a little more, start being, brothers.
There you go.
We all at the same house, just chilling out. Then we just built, kept coming to practice, fighting, got after every time we came in there. And hard work pays off.
You were aggressive. I mean, I know you like to distribute the basketball, but
yes.
You were aggressive from the get-go to also get your offensive game going. Were you trying to make sure that you were involved offensively? You were trying to get looks.
Yes. I missed a lot. I feel like I missed a lot of, layups today. I should have, pulled up a little bit more in the lane, but,
This kid is as good as it gets, guys.
I just had to keep fighting, man. Find my boys.
Well, you talked about you hurt your ankle in that first quarter. You were able to continue to push.
Yes.
Was it a factor at all, or were you able to just block it out?
I went to the locker room. I tied my shoestring up a little bit tighter, so I don't feel it right now, but I know I'm going to feel it later or in the morning.
All right. So, Brandon Key, congratulations. All the best. Enjoy your time at the Kohl Center in Madison.
Thank you. Go Bulldogs.
Yeah, why not? That's Brandon Key. Now we're going to bring in Mr. No, you're done, my friend.
Oh, I'm done?
You're done. Got to give some love to the guy who was crashing the boards. You were working your tail off on both ends. Did you have a mindset to say, hey, I got to get in there, mix it up with these Marquette big guys?
Yeah, I was saying the whole game, it's it. We got to go. We got to do it. Never gave up. I'm just ready. I'm ready.
What I was impressed with, you continued to fight. You did not complain about not getting the calls, were able to finish around the basket. How important was it for you to continue to stay focused despite, the way that the refs were calling the game?
You just got to stay focused. Go get back on D. Just keep pushing. It calls to come. We got the bonus early, so that was a bonus for us. That was good. We just kept working, never gave up.
I was talking to your coach, and he told me, he goes, I call him old school. And I know he doesn't like that because, kids today, they want to be new school. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, man, you had some old school moves, and old school is okay if you can rebound and score like that.
Yeah, I just my teammates got me good shots. I got in the right places to be. And we executed at the end. We've been talking about that all year. Execution. So it was time finally here, and we did it.
And talk about what you guys talked about as a team, because the regular season, it was disappointing.
Yeah, it was rough. We had a rough, barely a 500 season, but we came to practice every day, Saturdays, early Saturday morning. We just kept working at it. We've been telling ourselves, 6 games. We got 6 games. Forget about the whole regular season. We got 6 games.
As a former player,
one at a time.
I know how it gets difficult when you're on a losing streak. Was there ever a point in the season where you guys really wanted to pack it in and just give up?
Yeah, it was a time when we lost 7 games straight. We all just sat in the room. No practice. We skipped practice one day. Everybody sat down, and we just talked everything out. I think that was the best thing we ever did. We needed that. Everybody just had to let it out. We had to find a way. We here. We did it.
And your coaches, Jerome, they never lost faith in you guys. Even though things were going south, they weren't going the way you guys thought they would this season in the regular season. They never lost faith in you guys, knew the talent was there, almost let you guys kind of figure things out, didn't they?
Yeah, they let us figure it out. I give it thanks to our captains, Brandon Key, David Washington, Devon Ross, because they kept us in it. It was a couple times I had bad practice. They picked me up. I'm thinking. I'm like, man, we got to do it. We got to do it somehow.
Well,
we did it.
Somehow you did do it, young man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're going to the Kohl Center in Madison. First time a Bulldogs team has gone since 1947. Get rid of that old banner, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You ready? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Here we go. The newbie on the team. You came from Georgia,
yeah,
and you were trying to find a way to fit in with your teammates.
Right.
It's not easy, is it?
Not really when you already have guys who are established on the team like Brandon and Jerome, but I just try to fit in wherever I can. Do the dirty work, make shots when I'm open. My teammates trust me, and I just try to be there for them. That's about it.
when you're playing, of course, you want to score the basketball. You want your number called. You seem like a player that's able to pick his spots, rebound, get it off the glass.
Yeah.
How difficult of a transition was that for you to, be a guy that maybe is a third option?
It was difficult, but I mean, when you're going to state, it's okay,
right?
man.
I'll
sacrifice for this, absolutely, any day.
Did you sense? I mean, you knew that there was a lot of talent coming back, and you knew that the expectations were high for this group.
Right.
Could you sense, being kind of an outsider coming in, that something was wrong, that the chemistry was off? But if you guys just figured it out, you could get results like this.
I mean, we've known since day one that we had the talent to get as far as we have so far. During the regular season, we hit a couple really tough stretches, a 7-game losing streak. But I mean, we're losing games by 1 or 2 points. Like we've known, we knew it was all going to come together eventually. We just had to, listen to coach, stick with what he said, and, we knew it would come together.
In Georgia, where are the state finals held,
Macon.
In Macon, okay.
Macon, yes,
Ever
sir.
been to the Kohl Center in Madison?
Never.
You will enjoy it, young man.
Yeah.
It is a special place, and you guys will be one of 4 teams in Division I to go there. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much.
Where's your coach? Let's get you. I've known this guy.
What's up, man?
I've known this guy for a long time. Dave Malachnik. He was playing basketball at UW Eau Claire. We'll just say back in the day,
Way back in the day.
And now to go from your playing days to your coaching days and to have a run like this has to just be unheard of in your basketball career.
It's a great feeling, I can't explain it, man. These kids have battled all year fighting, and when we lost those 7 games in a row in January, man, I could tell they were hurt, and we just started talking about getting ready for the playoffs. Let's take each game like it's a playoff game, and we got to win 6 to win a championship. So we won 1, we won 2, we won 3, we won 4, and each step along the way I said, this is regional final, this is sectional final, and just trying to get them ready for this moment.
How did you keep those guys focused? It's difficult. A 7-game losing streak. Guys can go off on their own. Guys can kind of just punch it in mentally. What did you do as a coach to collectively keep everybody as one unit?
Well, we had some meetings, we talked, but I'm going to give it to the guys. Brandon Key is an unbelievable leader. Brandon, like I said, he's the best point guard in the state, because there's times he may push it and thinks he has to score, but when he settles down and gets us into our stuff, there's nobody better. And today, when I took him out at the end of the third, I said, Brandon, you don't have to score every point for us to win. I said, we got other guys that can score. You just need to get us into what we're doing. And so, the guys on the team are the key. We had some meetings, just like any other coach is going to do, and talk and come to practice and work. But these guys are the ones that bought in and did the work and done it all. So, and my coaching staff, I got an unbelievable coaching staff. They would talk to guys and just try to keep everybody on the same page, and talk about second part of the season. Hey, we had plenty of goals leaked going into the season, and like I said in January, we lost out on that. But then once we got into the playoffs, it was our new season, and we've taken advantage of it. So it's been great.
David, talk about Jerome Cummings and the game he had. I told him that you call him old school, and I said it's okay to be old school when you have games like this, when you're that physical, battling for every single rebound, looking to score, looking to be strong. He was a beast today.
He was, and last night we weren't sure if he was going to be able to play. He hurt his knee on Thursday, and been treating it, and before the game he goes, Coach, I'm ready. And Jerome Cummings, it's just, you look at him and people don't know, but you look at the stats at the end of the game, and all of a sudden he's got points, rebounds, and he just has a huge game. He's got a big heart, and just plays his tails off. He's a great kid again. So unbelievable, man, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean it's an unbelievable run, because you look at the record, you look at what you guys did, you look at the losing streak, and you say there is no way these guys are going to survive in this tough bracket. That's the other part, David, is that the teams that you guys beat along the way, a testament that you weren't just coasting through and you got lucky. This was more than luck.
No, it is. I mean, we got a really good team. I mean, we were picked early on, top 5 state, top 5 area. I mean, picked in the state, picked to take conference. And, we got a lot of talent on this team. And so, coaches took responsibility for losses, and hey, it's our fault. Trusting us, we will fix this thing, and the guys really did that. So. It's a lot of fun, and these kids deserve it. Like I said, it's a talented group. It's not like we got a bunch of kids where we don't have any talent. You have Brandon, you have Rome, you have Namdi, you have Devon, David, Shooter. Tyler coming off the bench who could start for a lot of teams, and the guys just they believe, they trust, and it's just a fun group, man, and I'm happy for them that they've got to experience this year.
This is like the old days interviewing
yes,
you
it is,
up
man.
at Zorn Arena in Eau Claire, David. But much more at stake here. Congratulations. Enjoy your time at the Kohl Center. You're one of 4 teams playing on.
That's awesome.
All
Look
right.
forward to it. All right, thanks,
Right.
man. Appreciate
Congratulations.
it. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Appreciate it, man.
As you see, the Bulldogs continuing to all get a piece of the net and get a piece of a memento of this historic run by this school. One last time here. Guys, congratulations. First of all, your old man, I didn't see any tears, probably because he has a lot more work to do, right?
We have a lot more work to do. 2 more games. We said we're going to get 6. So we need 2 more.
I feel he doesn't have any tears because he believed in us all along. I mean, when you expect something, there's no real excitement, you know what I mean? And that's just how we are.
Did you guys believe, though, because, look, the record during the regular season, 7-game losing streak, a lot of teams could have just folded up and said, this isn't working, it's just not meant to be. How did you guys turn this around?
We just believed in each other, and when it came down to it, when the playoffs hit, we knew we had each other's back. And it started off with Coach going to the seeding meeting, and he said he could have picked us, he could have gave us the 5th seed and not played Hill. But he was like, you know what? Let's get Hill. And when we had that, we knew we had each other's back. We knew we were going to make a long run in the postseason.
David, you know your dad, obviously, better than anybody, and he really kept even-keeled and kept you guys on track so that you could get this turnaround eventually. A credit to him and the coaching staff for always believing in you guys.
They never give up on us. It's always, after every single loss we had in the regular season, he was just like, we got to stay together. We're going to click. And picked the right time to click, and now we're on fire. So
I would say you guys are on some kind of fire. Congratulations. Best of luck at state, you guys. And that will do it. We finish off our prep basketball season in style with a thrilling Division I boys sectional win by the West Allis Central Bulldogs, knocking off Marquette to punch their ticket to state for just the 2nd time in school history. Partner, what a year it was. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It's a great way to finish out adversity. They took care of business. They deserved this win, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Glad to be a part of another electric, terrific season here on the Sports Channel. We're done. For my partner, Shannon Smith, and all the fine folks here on our Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew, Bob Raynard saying so long from Milwaukee. Once again, the final score, Central over Marquette, 56-51. There's more basketball on tap. Lucky you. 4 p.m. tip time. The other Division I sectional final between Germantown and Kimberly. The Warhawks trying to stay unbeaten. Stick around for that at 4 p.m. The preceding has been a presentation of Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Have a great afternoon, Wisconsin.